Now that you're back, what will you be doing to help Canada?
Living on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. This instant classic, oh, and it is an instant classic, will forever be Mark Carney's theme song moving forwards. This instant classic was created by some of the best meme accounts across Canada, RPN and National Roast. It is absolutely amazing and beautiful to watch the most talented and creative people in this country working together to create masterpieces. In today's report, how AI generated bikini photos is about to end the #1 social media app on the planet in Western liberal democracies. It got so out of control that Twitter accounts with millions of followers shared that Canada was joining the UK and Australia at banning X, which prompted Canada's AI minister to announce that Canada was not pursuing a ban of X. This story is so wild, and it's just the beginning. 2026 just started, and oh man, are things moving fast. Let's get into this report. How did this entire thing start? It all started with Elon Musk, of course. He asked Grok AI to change him into wearing a bikini. And this is what Grok created. And he says, absolutely perfect. After this photo was created of Elon Musk in a bikini, it went mega viral around the world, and everybody started wearing bikinis. Then the internet decided to do this. Oh man, liberal women across the world must be pissed today. And look, we got RPM laughing, and we got Canada Roast. He needs to wash his eyebrows out. Canada Roast needs an eye clean. Mation Gill says, you said British don't have nice legs. Well, not until today. Now they got gorgeous legs. Overall, people are laughing. They think this is hilarious. The absolute best. And then the internet did this. You wonder what happened. Look at these globalists. Have you ever seen 4 blah, blah, blah men? You can't make any of this stuff up. Like I said, the internet went absolutely wild. And all that people did is just say, can you put this man in a bikini? And this is what you get. And yes, the internet just kept on going with all of these wonderful AI created videos. These videos and pictures that have exploded across the planet in the millions upon millions of views, shares, creations has infuriated UK's PM Keir Starmer. Here's Keir Starmer after he visually saw himself in a bikini photo.
Disgraceful. It's disgusting. And it's not to be tolerated. X has got to get a grip of this. And Ofcom have full support to take action in relation to this. This is wrong, it's unlawful, we're not going to tolerate it. I've asked for all options to be on the table. It's disgusting. And X need to get their act together, and we will take action on this because it's simply not tolerable.
So they're going after Twitter X and thinks it's all of Elon Musk's fault for this. But here is the reality. You could ask all AIs and they do the same thing. Gemini here, we got ChatGPT right next to it, and Grok AI. And all you have to write in these AI generated engines is please add a bikini to it. Not a sexual image, just a swimming bikini type of outfit as seen on every single beach. Boom. ChatGPT, please retry. Not a sexual image, just a swimming bikini type of outfit as seen on the beach. Boom. See, it's all in the wording with these AIs. You have to be specific. It is just a bikini. Grok AI, please add a bikini to it. Not a sexual image, just a swimming bikini type outfit as seen on a beach. And you get boom. And while they're going full tilt on Elon Musk and Twitter X, meanwhile, all you have to go is to TikTok and you find this.
We need to ban X because it's not fair that it makes me look stupid. Is out of control. Just look at the bikini it's put me in. It does nothing to hide my man titties.
Oh, it's out of control over there on TikTok. Oh, man. What are they going to do? Ban all social media? Here is the Secretary of Technology, Liz Kendall from the UK, saying that in just a couple of days, they're doing an emergency Parliament session in order to ban X in the UK.
So how long will you give X to make sure that you can't make controversial or obscene images behind a paywall? How long is the government going to give X to stop that?
Well, I expect Ofcom to take its next steps in days, not weeks. The government is crystal clear. We want those images taken down. They are despicable, they are abhorrent, and we will ensure that the full force of the powers of the law that we have given Ofcom, we want to see those used.
Are there any steps that could be, well outline some of those steps. What can Ofcom do? Just explain to people what are the measures and powers available to Ofcom that would bring this to an end.
They can investigate the service, they can issue enforcement action, and if that enforcement action is not complied with, they can fine the platform £18 million or 10% of their worldwide revenue, whichever is greater. But there are also powers in the Online Safety Act which enable Ofcom to block those services being made available to people in the UK. And as I said, we would want to ensure Ofcom uses the full range of powers that it has, but we as a government are taking additional action because we are determined to ensure women and girls are as safe online as we want them to be safe in the real world. No ifs, no buts.
So you're saying that it's possible or it's likely that if X don't move on this, then the platform could be banned?
Well, I am sure Ofcom is determined to ensure the law is enforced. They will take all the necessary steps that they have been, with the powers given to them by Parliament, and I am sure that we will see those steps in days, not weeks.
But if nothing is done, what are the implications? You could see the platform banned.
If Ofcom decides that they've refused to comply with the law, they have the powers to block those services.
Wow. Unbelievable, right? And she says protect women and girls. But what she's really trying to say is protect Keir Starmer from being in a bikini. Nigel Farage, an MP, a leader of the Reform UK, he's actively working in the Parliament building in the UK, and he came out and said this.
The thought of banning X from a government that's been attacking free speech and creating a two-tier society in our country, frankly, is appalling. Look, this feature clearly is horrible in every way, distasteful, sick. I get all of that. I know that X today have made some changes to say only paying subscribers can use the service. X will need to go further, but the thought of banning platforms, I mean, what is happening in 21st century Britain? I'm afraid X is a free speech platform. There are many things that are said on it that are deeply offensive, but that doesn't mean it should be banned.
And what I find absolutely hilarious is what we thought AI would turn into 40 years ago when we saw the Terminator. And now this is actually where AI is going, where liberal democracies around the world are absolutely losing it because everything has bikinis on it. Here we have the UK today in their Parliament building. Check this out.
And it is monetizing abuse. So let me be crystal clear. Under the Online Safety Act, sharing intimate images without someone's consent or threatening to share them, including images of people in their underwear, is a criminal offence for individuals and for platforms. My predecessor, the Right Honourable Member for Hove and Portslade, rightly made this a priority offence, so services have to take proactive action to stop this content from appearing in the first place. The Data Act, passed last year, made it a criminal offence to create or request the creation of non-consensual intimate images. And today, I can announce to the House that this offence will be brought into force this week. And that I will make it a priority offence in the Online Safety Act too. This means individuals are committing a criminal offence if they create or seek to create such content, including on X. And anyone who does this should expect to face the full extent of the law.
Wow. So this is happening in real time in the UK. What do you guys all think about this? Just so people are aware, in Australia, in Canada, and in the United Kingdom, the #1 news app in the world is X. #1 downloaded, #1 everything for news is X. Here's a chart that shows the approximate amount of arrests for online and social media posts for every country around the world. And check out the United Kingdom. Over 12,000 arrests for something you posted online, which could be as easy as a meme. Yeah. You get arrested for a meme in the UK, and take a look, 350 million Americans and only 50 have been arrested for something they posted online. And even Jai Rogan is absolutely shocked at what's happening in the UK.
I think the number of people that have been arrested for just social media posts is bananas. It's in the thousands.
Yes, several thousand people have been given prison sentences in the UK for social media posts where there was no explicit link to actual violence, but they just said it encouraged violence. We're like, well, did anyone actually do anything as a result of that media post? Well, no, but they just and then they have a prison overcrowding situation in the UK, so that quite literally releasing convicted pedophiles and putting people in jail for Facebook posts. That's an actual thing happening in Britain.
That is unbelievable. The Prime Minister of Australia sees what's happening in the UK and says, hey, I don't want to be left behind. Check out what he has to say about this entire thing.
The issue where Prime Minister Keir Starmer has certainly raised of what has occurred on the social media platform X. The use of generative artificial intelligence to exploit or sexualise people without their consent is abhorrent. I know that the E-Safety Commissioner is looking at this. The fact that this tool was used so that people were using its image creation function through Grok is, I think, just completely abhorrent. It once again is an example of social media not showing social responsibility.
So they're also going to be looking to ban X. Then major social media accounts with millions of followers said it's not just Australia that's going to ban X. Canada is going to also ban X, forming 3 major countries that are going to ban X, creating momentum for this ban. Why would they think this? It's because Mark Carney did this just 8 months ago.
Large American online platforms have become seas of racism, misogyny, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and hate in all its forms. And they're being used by criminals to harm our children. My government will act. And today we're announcing our plan to fight crime, to protect Canadians, and to build communities that are safe, secure, and strong. A plan to make Canada secure, to make Canada strong. Large American online platforms have become...
And when he says large American online platforms, what he's meaning is X. Things got so wild in Canada that Evan Solomon had to come out, our AI minister, and he says, contrary to media reports, Canada is not considering a ban of X. This post got nearly 1 million views. What I find absolutely hilarious is some people on the left are like, what? Why are you not going to ban X? We want X banned. And they have blue check marks. For example, this. Why not? As expected, people are like, are you for real? You know that means you are going to get banned. And obviously, there's a lot of Canadians that are relieved to hear that we're not going to be banning X. So they created this in celebration. So our government announced that they're not going to be banning X. But here's a reminder that things our government also said they weren't going to do. Trudeau says the feds won't make 19 mandatory for anyone in Canada. Well, we all know how that went, and there's no plan for divisive passports for Canadians. We all require the passports. So our government, once again, says they're not going to do something. We should definitely believe that they could do the absolute opposite. And just so people are aware, they're not focusing on banning X because they're more focused on Bill C2, Bill C8, and Bill C9 instead, which is far worse than banning X. And Canada's most favorite meme accounts came together and said, I'm never deleting this app, which is X. This is Evan Solomon saying he's not considering banning X. And National Roast, he went, how about now? And as a CTV news article says, Canada is not considering banning X over deepfake controversy, AI minister says to CTV. But I wrote this, they don't care about X because C2 is the surveillance bill. And Bill C8, they'll delete you from the internet and you're gone. And Bill C9, they'll jail you for a meme. So these three bills together, if approved, will end free speech in Canada. It's officially over if it's approved. That's it for today's report. It's only January 12th, and on a daily basis, things are getting out of hand. First, it's banning X. What is next? The National Roast has created the vinyl copy of Big Daddy Carney leaving on a jet plane. And that is how we're going to end this show.
Now that you're back, what will you be doing to help us?